Today, our fifth Sunday family service. Children have been welcomed into the chapel. Thank you for being here. We have a guest musical artist. And it's the last installment of this year's Season of Gratitude series. Of course, we talk about and practice gratitude at all times throughout the year, right? And in November, the idea of Thanksgiving is all around us. We place a special emphasis on the importance of showing, expressing, having gratitude, of maintaining an attitude of gratitude in all we do, think, and say. We bring to focus this morning the concept of balance as we give and receive, and what that means to us when we embody that spiritual practice, because it is a spiritual practice, one that is taught in every major religion. We know it as the Golden Rule. Sometimes we call it karmic law. The basic idea of this rule or law is simply, what you give out, you get back. The Golden Rule and every major religion teach that as you do to others will be done unto you. It's a giving and receiving principle that cannot be circumvented. You can't go around this rule or law or try to outthink it. And because it is a universal law, there's a particular way that it works. First comes gratitude for what is, for what we have right now, and for what we aspire toward in the future. To act as if it's already present in your life, whatever that it is. One of the ways I learned to believe that good things were coming my way, and are in fact already mine, is when I started to believe that whatever possibility I could think of, I was thinking because it was and is already in the mind of God. I can be grateful for the ideas of what I want to create in my life, whether it's something to do or something I want to experience or a particular goal I have. The more I think about it and the stronger my belief in that possibility, the faster it will find me and come into my life. I must be grateful first for this knowing. Then comes the giving. We have the opportunity in every moment of life to give, whether it's love, joy, gifts, kindness, time, encouraging words, a smile. The list of what we can give to one another is unlimited because we have unlimited gifts inside us at all times. And because there are opportunities of fulfillment in every moment of life, always, as to what you will give and receive. I've had this thought card on my desk for several weeks now. It's from the deck we keep at the Welcome Center created by Louise Hay. You select a card from the deck, perhaps take it home and meditate on it, reflect on its meaning in your life, and then bring it back to church, put it back in the deck, and select another one to contemplate on and repeat the process. This card says, every thought I think is creating my future. The universe totally supports every thought I choose to think and believe. I have unlimited choices about what I think. I choose balance, harmony, and peace, and I express it in my life. I have, you have, we all have unlimited choices about how to respond and move through our lives. We can make those choices from whatever perspective is ours at the time. Has anyone ever made a choice out of anger? Yeah, me too. And not with very nice results. It's a lot different than making a choice from love, isn't it? From a peace-filled consciousness. This world is full of results of choices made from anger and hate, jealousy and revenge. If we choose to, we can watch it on the news every day. And in recent weeks especially, we've seen or heard a number of instances around the country of people reacting in anger. But you know what? I've also read about a number of situations where people have been coming forward to respond with love and kindness and compassion. And that's where I choose to put my focus. And no, it's not always easy. Do it anyway. Do it anyway. Because the more we focus on love, which is the only thing that can dissolve fear and hate, the more we focus on love and kindness, the more we'll see it and experience it ourselves. What you give out, you get back. Some of you may have heard of a man named Ram Dass. He's a contemporary author and spiritual teacher. He's spoken all over the world. And I came across an hour-long lecture that he did in 1993 at a retreat. You can go to his website and hear it for yourself if you like. One point of the thought from that lecture is we suffer when there is an imbalance between our inner truth and the way we live our lives. Let me say that again. We suffer when there is an imbalance between our inner truth and the way we live our lives. And that our pain comes our pain comes from not living in harmony, in balance with our deepest wisdom. So let me ask you, does your life reflect your inner truth and wisdom? Does it express the essence of who you are? Are you living a life of balance in terms of your spiritual nature compared to what is expressing in your physical life, the demonstrations, the manifestations that make their way into your material world? Do they reflect a life of balance and harmony? If we are to live a life of balance, it does mean there's a giving and a receiving. When we're young, as children, we give our energy and time to learning how to crawl, to walk, to run, to eat. We go to school and we learn. We receive an education about the basics, about a lot of different topics. Perhaps we also come to church. This is why I was so glad there were kids in the church today. We bring our children to church to learn about God and spirituality, to understand there are rules to live by no matter where we go, in the physical and social worlds, and also in the spiritual realm, like the golden rule. As we get older, becoming adults, we give our time and skills to a job or a career, and in return, we receive a paycheck, maybe benefits and recognition, more opportunities. There's a story I want to share with you. It's called The Fisherman. It's a story about balance. It's been around a few years. An American businessman was on holiday at a beach resort, just down the road from a small fishing village. As he relaxed on the beach, he noticed a fisherman coming in from his boat. The American complimented the fisherman on his catch and asked him how long it took him to catch that many fish. "Not long," was the reply. "Then why didn't you stay out longer?" asked the tourist. "Because this is enough for me and my family," explained the fisherman. "So what do you do with the rest of your time?" "I sleep late, fish for a while, play with my children, take naps, and spend time with my wife. Then in the evening I go to the village to visit with my friends. I have a few drinks, play the guitar, sing a few songs. I have a full life." The American was surprised. "I have an MBA from Harvard. I can help you. You should spend more time on the water fishing. Then you can sell the extra fish, make more money, and buy a bigger boat." "And after that?" asked the fisherman. "Well, with the extra bigger boat, the extra money, you can buy 2 or 3 boats, and eventually hire more people to operate a fleet of fishing trawlers. Instead of selling your fish to the middleman, you can start to negotiate directly with the processing plants. After a while, you would be able to open your own plant. Then you could leave this little village for the big city and eventually open an office in the U.S., maybe New York. From there, you could operate the whole enterprise." "How long would that take?" asked the fisherman. 25 years. "And after that?" "Well, my friend, that's when the fun starts," explained the MBA tourist. "When the business gets really big, You can sell stock in the company and make millions. Wow, millions, what happens after that? Asked the fisherman. After that, you'll be able to retire on the coast, sleep in every day, do some fishing, play with your grandkids, take a nap and spend time with your wife. In the evenings, you'll be able to go out drinking and singing with your friends. The fisherman just shrugged his shoulders and walked away. Different paths for the same result. Another way we focus our energy is in the pursuit of perfect human relationship as our priority. We give our time and attention and human love to someone in hopes of receiving an equal or similar commitment in return. Others might pursue a spiritual path of some sort. Some even reject the material world to focus totally on the spiritual or religious path. Whether your spiritual endeavors fit into your physical life, or whether your physical life fits into your spiritual endeavors, it is a way, a search to expand consciousness. To get an idea that there's something bigger, something more than we are, an invisible and divine power that responds to our intentional desires, our focused thoughts. There are just a few basic areas of focus, really. It's reported that when patients complete tests at the Mayo Clinic, they are given a card on which there is a diagram in the form of a cross. On each arm of the cross appears one word, indicating a main factor in leading a balanced life. Those 4 words are work, play, love, and worship. Each person gets to choose in every moment what our balance in life is. We get to decide what to give to and of ourselves, and to welcome back, be open to receiving the results, the consequences, good or not good, as we determine. What we give out from ourselves, from our hearts and minds, is what we will get back. That process in itself is a form of balance, a flow of going out and returning back like the tides of the ocean. With each experience of giving and receiving, it's likely some kind of change will take place within us. The change may be that we have more confidence to take bigger risks in our decisions, or that we get fearful and contract to a smaller level of risk for a time. Change can be that we move in a different direction than we've ever attempted towards some endeavor, some goal. It could mean that our belief in divine guidance becomes stronger so that we no longer rely on the opinions of others, because we know who we are, children of the divine. When we start living a life of balance, one that is in alignment with the inner truth of who we are, with our God qualities and authentic nature, something else happens. We no longer need to fear change, not in our own lives, nor in the world around us. We can follow these words of Ram Dass when he said, let's see if we can be peaceful in the process of change rather than resisting change. As life around us changes, as we change, it's important to keep our mental state, our consciousness in balance with what is currently happening in our lives and what we want to create as our lives, and then going forward from there. It's much easier to create a positive experience when we maintain a conscious balance, when we are connected to God, to our spiritual self, and as we learned last week, to work within the law of mind, to express freedom, to create our desires. Science Mind textbook states, the law of mind is a law of perfect balance. The objective world perfectly balances the images within the subjective world. The universal law of mind reflects back to us thoughts, beliefs, give our thoughts, our beliefs, and our feelings for our desires and intentions. It is a law of balance. We can, like Jesus did, learn to balance the personal and the impersonal attributes of being. We can learn to change our thinking to positive and loving thoughts, to come from our God nature, the personal part of us. And as we do that, the law of mind, the impersonal part, takes these thoughts and feelings of our intention and creates our individual experiences, which in turn create our world. It takes consistent and continual effort for us to create a positive world. Wouldn't you agree? The more we focus on thinking and doing only for good, the more good we will enjoy. Good with a capital G. Just like it's written in your insert today, the law of cause and effect is the law of perfect balance, of logical sequence, and of inevitable consequence. Just like the Golden Rule is written in every major world religion in some form. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Or what you give out, you get back. Perfect balance. I'm fascinated by the idea of balance in life, maybe in part because I struggle to keep it. I'm confident about the give and receive concept, so that kind of balance is solid in my awareness. My challenge about balance is in regard to how I use my time in the physical world, between work and play, love and worship, and all the various projects or activities that attract my interest. There are so many. I found comfort in these words from Gary Zukav. He said, when you strive for balance, be gentle with yourself. How can you recognize balance without recognizing imbalance? When you rejoice at the good that you discover in yourself, or despair at the evil, do you move past the balance point between them without noticing it? If you strive only to avoid the darkness, or to cling to the light, you cannot live in balance. Instead, try striving to be conscious of all that you are, and to choose responsibly at each moment. That is balance. What a relief. I can do that. I am doing that. More and more every day, staying conscious about who I really am, living my life from that perspective, and choosing responsibly in each moment, and each moment, and each moment. An example of this, the way I'm working toward balancing time with my varied activities and additional tasks of the holiday season. Anyone feeling just a little stressed for the extra stuff around the holidays? Is to establish for myself a work schedule. What a concept, huh? Certain hours in the day for certain tasks or focus, to pace myself in all good. That might seem simple enough, but for a self-diagnosed workaholic like me, it's a challenge to maintain such a schedule, to stop working once I get going. I engaged my husband to help me in this endeavor, and I think we've come up with a viable plan that allows me to attend to my ministerial responsibilities and classes, provide background support for his new business, have time for exercise, creative hobbies, writing, and other personal interests, and enjoy visits with family and friends, to have RELAX time. This endeavor of a balanced schedule, just like most of our lives, is a work in progress. It's only been a couple of days, so check back with me in a few weeks and see how I'm doing. Whether it's balancing your thoughts between positive and negative, your time between work and play, your relationships, goals, or staying in harmony with the changes that continue to take place in the world, as we head into the giving season of December, you are invited to stay in balance and harmony with the universe and with your authentic nature. please give yourself some of that same love and understanding, patience and goodwill that you're likely to be giving others, especially this time of year. I encourage you to maintain an attitude of gratitude in every moment of life as it unfolds, to choose responsibly in each moment. For what we give is truly what we receive. Let's have a prayer.